Hello, you're watching Eye on Africa. I'm Rochelle Harrison-Pless. Thanks for joining us. Coming up, Nigeria at the centre of a damning report from Amnesty International, the NGO accusing the country's military of killing at least 150 pro-Biafra protesters since August last year. The ongoing election in Somalia is far from democratic, but given the country's troubled history, the so-called limited vote is a step towards political normalcy. And in the land of the mighty Springboks, hockey is not the most popular sport, but one South African club is hoping to help change that, nurturing some of the country's top hockey talent. But first, a quote, trigger-happy approach to crowd control. That's according to Amnesty International, which has released a damning report against the Nigerian military. The NGO accuses the country's security forces of killing at least 150 pro-Biafra protesters since August last year. Demonstrators have been calling for an independent state for Nigeria's Igbo people in the country's southeast. The army has shut down and denied the allegations. Well, for more on this story, let's cross to our correspondent in Abuja, Chika Odua. Chika, a very good evening to you. What more can you tell us about these very serious allegations?
Well, the report that was released today by Amnesty International it's quite chilling. It's a comprehensive analysis. Even the title of the report alone says everything. It's called Nigeria, Bullets Were Raining Everywhere. And Amnesty International basically compiled evidence. They compiled videos, photographs, different accounts. They spoke to over 200 people who were on ground at many of these protests. And of course, the protests that we're referring to are supporters of Nigerians who want to create a new state called Biafra. And of course, this document, this report actually talks about how the protest escalated at several times and actually accuses the Nigerian military of leading a campaign to squash this movement, to crack down on civilian Nigerians who are demanding some sort of change. So that's really what the report is all about. It also talks about people who were killed as far as being tortured. Some people are still in detention. It also quotes a man, 26-year-old, who says that a soldier pushed him into a gutter and poured acid on him. So it's a very shocking, chilling report that Nigerian government is having to face.
And tell us a bit more about the pro-Biafra movement and what is behind the recent resurgence.
Well, the movement is more than 50 years old now. Of course, people from southeastern Nigeria, the Igbo people, they declared their own state in 1967. And that actually led to the Nigerian Civil War, which is also known as the Biafra War. After the war, more than 1 million people were left dead. It was a 3-year war. And after the war, the movement kind of got quiet, but it has resurged again in the past year, ever since the leader of the new movement, Mr. Nnamdi Kanu, was put in prison and charged with treason, and he's been detained in custody under the orders, the direct orders of the Nigerian president himself, Mr. Muhammadu Buhari. So his supporters, the pro-Biafrans, are angry. They want him to be released. And this is really why the movement has escalated once again. And we're seeing shocking deaths, just as the one that was reported today in Amnesty International's report.
Okay, Chika, thank you very much for updating us on that story. Chika Odua reporting from Abuja.